Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. And guys, I'm sorry it's been a while since I've been on here. I've been working on some things behind the scenes. So I'm still kind of working out the kinks to it. But today I'm going to do a makeup video for y'all, so stay tuned. So this is one of the palettes that I did the swatches on TikTok with. So I'm just going to use one of those colors today. And I think I forgot one more thing before I start the video, or before I start putting on the makeup. Okay. And guys, I gotta have this. This is really important, guys. It's called the MAC. It's the Pro Longwear Paint Pot. And what it does is it just makes your eyeshadows last just a little bit longer. So I'm gonna just apply that right quick. And I want to take some setting powder. And it's just, you just rub that on your lid. And guys, I use my fingers a lot for this because I just feel like it's something that's very easy to do. And I feel like I could spread it on my eyelid really well. But if y'all prefer a brush or a makeup sponge, feel free, go ahead and use that. If that works for y'all, that's great. But like I said, I just like to use my finger. I'm trying to get it. I want to make sure all the area is covered before I take my setting powder. And I'll be right back. Okay, so I am going to put, oops. Guys, I'm naturally clumsy. Excuse that. Okay, and I'm just going to just take my pressed powder and just go over the lid and kind of work that in. Okay, so now I am going to go ahead and start putting the eyeshadow on. Make sure that's closed. And then let's see, what color do I want? I'm gonna probably do a neutral color. So I'm probably gonna go in with I think I'm gonna use this color right here. Okay, and it's called Say It's True. Okay, and I'm just gonna apply that on my eyes. And guys, I like to also apply my lid eyeshadow with my finger just so I could get it kind of distributed really well. And then I go back in with a brush and then I do my other. I like to put the lightest color on my lid. And then I also am gonna go in, guys, this mirror. Let's see. I think I'm gonna go in with like a brown I don't want to go too wild today. So I'm going to go in and see about this one. And it's called Spun Around. So if anybody wants to use that color, that's what the color is in the video. And I'm going to also try to do some swatches on here too. But I wanted to go ahead and do it on TikTok. Or the T word, I guess I could say. And I'm just going around and gently getting this corner right here in this crease. And I just like to kind of gently ease that around. But like I said, I've been really busy working on things behind the scenes and getting things ready. Trying to see if they'll work out. For y'all guys, but I want to make sure before I talk about it to see how it's gonna go. It's been taking me a bit to do that. I didn't think it'd actually take me all weekend, but it has. And guys, if y'all want to know where I got this palette at, once again, I got it from ColourPop. It was only $35. $35 wasn't that bad. For all of this, you know, you could do. So I feel like I got a deal to some degree. I know some makeup stores is like $100 and $200. So, like I said, ColourPop is 100% affordable. If you're on a budget and you need to grab some eyeshadows to work with. I think in our area they have recently started spraying the defoliant, or not the defoliant, but spraying to get the crops ready. So I kind of got a little bit of a code going on, but sometimes I have to take a couple of dips to get the color on the brush. And what I'm trying to do is I am trying to go in and darken it up just a little bit. And the reason why I'm doing that is because the color don't last very long on my lids for some reason. And I'm not sure why that is. Maybe, well, I do have natural oils on my eyelids. And I think that's what helps when I use my paint, or not paint, but that eyeshadow, I guess you could say primer for that. That's what really helps with that. Makes my eyeshadow last just a little bit longer. Let's see. And one thing about this is I'm having a hard time getting my eyes even. So I feel like I got it just a little bit. Sometimes I try to get it best I can. If y'all are having trouble getting y'all's eyeshadows even and y'all's eyes even, I totally understand that. Still trying to work on this. I think I need to put a little bit on there. Kind of. Blend it out. Try to blend it out on camera as best as I can. I think that's what it is. I didn't blend it very well. Okay, so I'm gonna go in, trying to make sure that's blended really good for y'all to see. Okay, I'm gonna go in, kind of wipe the excess powder off, and I'm gonna go in, let's see. I'm gonna go in with this, let me see if I can turn it, with this color right here. It's called Angel Eyes. And once again, I'm gonna go ahead and use my finger to this, and I'm just going to put it right here in my corner and just kind of rock it. Put a little bit of pink in there. And the same with this one. I'm just gonna add it right here in my corner. Well, kind of, not really in my crease, but close to it. I guess I'll go up to it and just in the corner right there. And I'm gonna kind of add a little bit more. Y'all could add as much as y'all want to kind of, well, get it to show up as best as possible. Sometimes it doesn't show up well the first few times, so I have to keep on kind of adding that. And then I'm gonna take my brush right here. And yes, I know it's the same brush, but I'm gonna just go ahead and just kind of smooth out the center. Okay, and then I'm gonna go in with a dark color, and I'm gonna use this one right here, and it's called This Guy. And I'm gonna take my brush and just kind of put it in the corner. Just kind of put it in the corner. You don't really want to put it exactly on that area, but you want to put it right here. And then I want to do the same with the other eye. I want it to be in this area right here. So guys, make sure y'all don't cover up the pink part trying to get this on there. And I just think it makes the whole thing pop when I do that. Okay, so I'm going to try to, I don't really have a paper towel or anything to wipe this off on. So now I'm going to go in with my eyeliner, and it is called the Physician's Formula. This one is so hard to find, but it's so good, and it's waterproof, guys. Waterproof. I want to try to do it on camera so y'all can see what I'm doing. Or, you know, probably gonna have to have my mirror. Sorry, guys. Trying to do it on camera, but let me see if I can move this up so I can kind of do it on camera so y'all can see what I'm doing. I just drag it over. This right here I try to be very careful with because it is waterproof and it's hard to get off and try again. But it's good. It's good stuff. Sometimes my eyelashes get in the way to where I'm wanting to go with this. Kind of had to pull my eyelashes back just a little bit on that one. Okay. Sometimes I get this a little uneven too when I'm working on this. Well, guys, the struggle is a little bit real right now. Trying to get this to go like over my eye by my nose. Okay, roll away, pen. Okay, trying to get them both even, but oh well, it'll be alright. Like I said, getting all this stuff even is pretty difficult. But I think when I get the mascara on, it's not going to be as bad. It's going to all blend in together somewhat. And it's just going to... My eyelashes gotten a little bit longer since I put on makeup last. And I'm just gonna Okay, that's what my eyes look like at the moment. Just kind of something really soft. And I'm also wanting to go in with, I don't think I brought that either, but I think I got something that might help. Make sure. Oh, I did bring it. And I'm going to go in with my Kylie Jenner highlighter. I've like used this to death. But I like to put it up here, closer to my eyebrow, or my brow bone. Whatever y'all want to call it, I'm just going to call it eyebrow. And I just add a generous amount up there, because I do want it to kind of cover a little bit, where it kind of makes the eyeshadow pop. Okay. Now, I'm going to go in with this right here, and it's just the Erase Base by Milani. It's blemish control, as y'all could see. I got some stuff going on with my eyes, and I'm just going to take a little bit and add it to my finger and just kind of rub it in. I've been picking it. I've been guilty for doing that. I know you're not supposed to pick your pimples, but it's a nervous habit for me, guys. It is a nervous habit. It's a habit that's hard to break too once it starts. And I've done this all my life. When I was little, which when I was little, I was on some medication, and it made my acne like so bad. And like I'd get it up here and a little bit down here, and then I think I got some scarring a little bit in places because of how bad that acne really was. So I'm just going to go in, which I don't really have to with the foundation that I'm going to be using, but I'm just going to go in with CoverGirl concealer. And I think it's in the, I'm not really sure if it's a medium, but I think it's just one shade darker than I think it's supposed to be dark, at least one shade darker than your skin. Which I don't have very many of these because of the fact that I'm getting older, and I don't really have much, which I know there's adult acne, but like I said, I'm getting a little bit older, and I know I don't look old on camera, but I'm in my 30s, and I still look like I'm 16, guys. But okay, and I have used this to death too, guys. I got a little bit of eyeliner or mascara on this, but it's called the Tear Tear. And it is phenomenal. It goes on like airbrush finish, guys. I think, swapped completely over to this one for my other powders I've used. I think I about used all this up. If that tells you how good it is. Like, this looks like airbrush finish. And like I said, when I said that I didn't really have to put anything on my blemish spots, this covers really well. That covers those spots that I was talking to y'all guys about. And it just, like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of this. And I'm just gonna add a little bit up here. Yeah, like I said, I about got this, like, I about used all of this in the bottle. And my mom is the one who introduced me to Tier. Because I was using that other stuff from the dollar store. And I think I was paying about the same for that stuff from the dollar store as I pay for this. This is only $25. I think the little one is about $15. I'll have to look. It's probably changed, but the last time I see it was $25. And $25, and it looks good, and it looks like airbrush finish, and it actually covers acne. I would say that that was good. 100%, guys. Like I said, the struggle's real in the mornings. Trying to get around. Got a little bit of it in my hair, but that's all right. Trying to make sure I covered that really well, because I did about use this up. I can hardly get anything else in there, or that's why I'm kind of going back for second dips. But most generally, when you got the full thing on there, it's pretty reasonable. Just trying to make it sure that I'm covering all the areas that I'm needing to cover with this. And one of the biggest spots is around my nose. Trying to and a little bit goes a long way, guys. I might get on here when I actually got a full tub, but I'm one of these people that I like to use things like completely up before I go in and I use another one. I want to make sure that this is completely gone and there's nothing hardly to get out of it, because I don't want to waste. I'm very big at that. Trying to make sure everything's covered, and I'm going to go ahead and hit by my eyebrows up here just a little bit. Crap, I got my eyebrow. I guess that's alright. Wasn't trying to really put it in my eyebrow, but it's work. Or, it is what it is. And I'm just going to drag it all the way down to my double chin that I have that I really don't want, but it's hard to get rid of those. Okay, and I'm just going to go in and set this with this powder right here, this pressed powder. Okay, and I'm gonna go in with my highlighter, not my highlighter, my, let me see, where is my blush? I have no idea, guys, what I do with my blush, so I'm just gonna use this other blush. I don't normally use that. But it's a True Match by L'Oreal. And till I find my other blush, I'm just gonna like for the sake of this video. And I'm just blending it up like this. Okay. I think that looks pretty good. And then I'm going to also go in with my Too Faced bronzer. It's the chocolate milk matte one. And I've used this like so I probably can't use it no more. Try to make sure that I'm not super. And I like to add this bronzer kind of around my face so I don't look so pale anymore, even though it does, it's really light. But I do love it because it does what it needs to do for the most part. And I'm going to go ahead and go on my nose a little bit with it. Okay, I'm done with that now. And then I also want to go in, I want to do my eyebrows first. And I'm going to go in, and I'm just going to just add a little bit of that on my eyebrows. Kind of brush them down a little bit. Okay, and highlighter. I'm going to go in and I don't have my, oh, yeah, I do. I'm going to go in with the highlighter and highlight some areas. I like to highlight this area in my Cupid's bow. And I also like to go in and bring it a little bit up here on my forehead. Just a little bit, guys. And then I like to take a little bit on a brush and just kind of go down my nose. Make my nose look a lot more skinnier than it is. And I also like to take it after I do that and just kind of Sweep in a downward motion. And also, I like to grab a little bit on this brush and just kind of so I think that this is it for this video. And then last but not least, I am going to go in and set this really good for y'all guys. Okay, and this is the Dibs Lovely Beam setting spray, and it smells like cotton candy. I absolutely love this. And last but not least, before I end this video, I am going to put some lipstick on. Just going to pause that for a minute. I'm just going to add this lipstick on just for a few minutes. Okay, thank y'all for watching, guys. If y'all are new to this channel, please like and subscribe and give my channel a thumbs up. I hope y'all all are having a really good day out there, and I hope this makeup video was helpful to y'all, me getting ready and doing a makeup look for y'all. I hope y'all have a really good day. Thank y'all for watching.